Hey, Lamine.
I don't know. Respect we're seeing.
I think that.
Before the Super Cup final against Real Madrid, Rafinha delivered an inspiring speech reminding the team of their previous defeat in La Liga and of the rivals' provocations, such as the disrespect shown toward Lamine Yamal. He urged his teammates to step onto the pitch with determination, describing the match as a war they had to win, reinforcing his importance as a leader and a future captain of the club. The outcome we all already know. Now, the crisis at Real Madrid has sparked protests against Florentino Perez and boos directed at the players. This is the effect of Barcelona being superior to Real Madrid. The wound from the defeat to Barca and the early elimination from the Copa del Rey continues to bleed in Madrid. But what won't surprise you is Lamine's reaction to the penalty stolen from Levante. Meanwhile, a great football legend reacted to just how frightening Lamine Yamal is, and ESPN relentlessly went after Vinicius Jr.
Great teams and great players do it season in, season out. If they don't win it, they're always challenging. And you just don't get that impression from this team and a lot of these players. Now, after Vinicius Jr. missed out on the Ballon d'Or, he put out something on social media about I'm going to do it 10 times over or something of the sort. That's never come to fruition.
I think there's a real problem. I think Craig's absolutely right. They really need to take those players a really big look in the mirror. They got that manager sacked. They got Alonso fired. They weren't prepared to do the hard yards to make the adaptations that he wanted. They never really gave him a chance. And I think you saw their attitude in that guard of honour incident at the end where Mbappe waved them off. Oh, no, we're not doing that. They followed Mbappe, not Alonso. So I think it's really quite appalling.
As a player, I don't know of teams doing guards of honours for a cup final like this.
Right.
Xabi Alonso lost, Europa League final?
Yep.
Does anybody remember Leverkusen doing guard of honour then? I just find it...
Barcelona did do it for Real Madrid when they won the Super Copa.
Oh,
like,
well...
When they've done it before.
I find it odd. I find it odd.
When I was at Celtic giving Rangers a guard of honour, they'd killed us.
I think it's a huge culture problem there. And part of the culture problem is Florentino Perez, who's the president, because he encourages the players really. It's a classic case of player power. And those players know now that they're above the coach, really. And they can outlast the next coach who's appointed as well if they don't like him either. So that's a huge problem. Compare that to where Hansi Flick has Barcelona. You know, they're together as a unit. They're a winning machine. Real Madrid really are a bit of a mess. There's a lot of talented players, but to use the old cliche, they look like characters without a plot a lot of the time. I think, I think the moment when he lost the job was when he subbed Vinicius at the weekend. Vinicius was having his best game of the season. He looked like the only player who might rescue it, and he hooked him. And you kind of knew there's something going on. And the word is, we've heard it from Sid Lowe, our expert in Madrid. He said it, that Florentino Perez has never liked too many of the coaches at all, bar Mourinho. And he does like Vinicius. So maybe that was the snapping point.
You know Vinny's performance tonight?
Tell me.
It's got the look of, why am I here? And all the other ones are not. That's how he performed. He wasn't performing to say, right, I'm going to take this team on my shoulders. I'm going to make sure we win. And then I'm going to get goals and I'm going to get some glory. He's running around thinking, how come Bellingham sat back in his flat or wherever he is? How come I'm here?
At that moment, he wanted to be in Virginia's arms while playing PS5.
That's exactly how he played.
Vinny, or one of these players who refuse to defend or refuse to track back. If I've got Arbeloa telling me to do that, why am I listening to him? Especially when I know he's only temporary.
I take your point absolutely, but to Sid's point, there's so many layers to this. One, World Cup to come, and you don't know what's going to happen immediately before or after in terms of manager availability. There was this dynamic between Vinicius and Xabi Alonso, where Vinicius is refusing to sign a contract unless he was out of the picture. So there was so much for Florentino Perez to consider, not just from a footballing perspective, but from a running a football club's perspective. And so he felt the best thing to do was at least try to button that up with Vinicius Jr. and then you figure out what the next steps are in terms of who comes in and who's the longer-term replacement.
No, he hasn't, unless I've missed something, he hasn't agreed this new contract yet, has he?
Vinny, no.
Right, so he's got what he wanted. Right? He's realistically got what he wanted, which is Alonso out. Now, he is bright enough, it should be, to know that if he continues in the same vein under Arbeloa, he isn't in a very strong bargaining position, or as strong as he would want to be, for getting the dosh, and that's what it's all about for him. It's getting the money, it's getting the big payday, it's being one of the top guys. Continuous poor performances and bad attitude and inconsistency isn't going to get that for him. Now, I think part of that was down to the fact Alonso was there and they were butting heads, but he's got his what he wanted now. So I think we'll see a different Vinicius Jr. And I'm not saying for 1 minute that's right. I am not.
The fans have been frustrated with the level of his performance, obviously. So if it continues to be poor, with a change of manager, I think there will be that sense, and you know, Craig was talking about it just then, Vinicius has got what he wants. It's not necessarily about Vinicius, it's just that perception from the fans, you've got what you wanted now, you've got nowhere to hide anymore.
If I can have a word on Real Madrid, you know, I thought with Paris Saint-Germain, a couple of years ago, we had the example of what not to do. And with all the coaches that they had, it never worked because the players were doing what they wanted. I thought, you know, it was a lesson for the world of football. It doesn't seem to be for Real Madrid because that's what they are going through right now.
We've got to stop all this, haven't we? I mean, they're getting walloped. They're not playing well. Sid mentioned it. The fans are whistling. We've seen some really poor performances, home and away this season. Sometimes the results have been there, but the performances, the eye test, looking at the way they've played has been pretty bad. As I said the other day in the show, you could count. You're lucky to be able to count in one hand the performances this season, certainly in the league, that you went, well, that was good.
Yep.
Maybe 2 or 3 at most. And here they've just been beaten again by their biggest rivals in this cup final. I mean, Frank's right.
Le joueur de Levante n'a même pas touché Mbappé. Eh ouais, voleur. Voleur. Le joueur de Levante, dès que le joueur de Levante a mis son pied net, Mbappé est tombé. Arbitre a sifflé. Ils ont vu que ça fait 2-3 matchs, ils ne gagnent pas. Une équipe de 22e division les a gagnés. Comme ça les fait mal. J'ai dit, à la première mi-temps, Levante les a dominés, n'ont rien vu dedans. Il faut trouver stratégie pour gagner forcé.
According to Cope, banners with harsh criticism of Florentino Perez appeared in several locations across Madrid. Messages such as Florentino end of game, Super League, parking the stadium, failure after failure, a finished president, or leave the galaxy, you're ready for euthanasia. These banners not only criticised the club's sporting results, but also a series of decisions made by Real Madrid's president over the years, such as the club's entry into the Super League, among others. Madrid fans waiting for the team's bus did not hesitate to show their anger. They did so with whistles and boos, as well as some insults. This is just a small preview of what awaits Real Madrid at the Bernabeu. The most booed players were Bellingham and Vinícius, who did not publicly say goodbye to Xabi Alonso, dismissed from the club, a decision strongly criticised by a large portion of Madrid's supporters. Valverde, Camavinga and Huijsen were also targeted by loud boos, while other players were singled out by an enraged crowd that, after the national anthem, delivered a monumental booing session against the team, one of the loudest in recent history under Florentino Perez's presidency. Florentino, looking dejected and completely shocked, with a face like he wanted to cry, had to endure shouts of "resign." There was a wave of white handkerchiefs and cries of "out, out." The massive protest by the fans continued from the start of the match, every time Vinícius and Bellingham touched the ball. The poor performance of a team without a leader on the field, unable to create attacking plays, did nothing to calm the atmosphere. Real Madrid fans, increasingly frustrated with the team's performance, continued to shout, "Out, out," and Florentino resign. But what they didn't know was that Florentino Perez had already made a call and knew the final result. Real Madrid won, but with controversy again. Mbappé suffered a questionable penalty.
¡Profe, no! ¡Profe, se tira! ¡Profe, se tira!
Se tira, ni se tira, que la ha pedido el leñazo, hombre. Tú no te has tan enterado todavía. El Real Madrid se tira en el área y penalti para el Real de Madrid. Se cae en el área, penalti para el Real Madrid, no falla.
But the referee called the foul, and VAR confirmed the decision. Mbappé fell before Della even made contact with him. In my opinion, it wasn't a penalty. However, Mbappé scored the goal. During the celebration, he mocked Ryan, Levante's goalkeeper. Before the shot, the goalkeeper had made a series of body movements in an attempt to distract Mbappé. However, Mbappé already carries a sort of trauma from this type of provocation, after Emiliano Dibu Martinez had been decisive in penalty shootouts that gave Messi his first World Cup. Mbappé deceived Ryan and did not hesitate to imitate the goalkeeper's movements, his dribbles during the celebration of the 1-0 goal. All of this while keeping his eyes on Ryan and wearing a huge smile. Now, what surprised no one was Lamine Yamal's reaction after Madrid's controversial goal. Shocked by what happened, Lamine ran to social media and asked, "Dive? Yes or no?" Thousands of users answered yes, while some Madrid fans said no. My answer is yes. And yours? Did Mbappe dive? I want to know in the comments. Was it a penalty or not? Marcus Rashford said, "Mbappe has taken 12 penalties this season, and we've just started the second half of the season. Penalty goals in La Liga. Mbappe, 17. Robert Lewandowski, 14. Now guess, who arrived 4 years ago and who arrived recently?" Mbappe closed out 2025 scoring a penalty against Sevilla and started 2026 exactly the same way, again from the spot against Levante. Madrid won 2-0, but the boos were the main focus of the match. That's why Florentino Perez lost patience with his own fans and issued a shocking warning, worthy only of authoritarian leaders and dictators. He is restricting the freedom of expression of the supporters who fill Real Madrid's golden vault with every single dollar. If you come to the stadium just to boo your own team, this is not the place for you. If you want to boo, do it outside the stadium. The Bernabeu is Real Madrid's home, not a place for negativity. The president warned that any fan who boos the team could be banned from the stadium in the future. The security team will review footage from the cameras during the home match against Levante to identify those responsible. If the team plays well, even if they don't win every game, and the players show that they're giving their all, the fans won't boo. Boos, at times, are part of the process. They serve to show the players that we are not satisfied with their performance on the field or with the poor management by the executives, and they can even act as a wake-up call to improve in upcoming matches. Florentino Perez wants no one to talk about his poor management, the weak performance of his players, or even worse, match manipulation, using Real Madrid TV to pressure referees in his favour. I don't believe we'll see Joan Laporta go to such extremes. Florentino Perez left the stadium visibly furious, believing he doesn't deserve the criticism directed at him, insisting that he has already done more than enough to bring Real Madrid to the level it is at today. During the match, chants demanding Florentino's resignation echoed from the stands, something that deeply irritated the club president. "Valverde needs to keep his feet on the ground. He's neither Cruz nor Modric," said a reader of the Spanish newspaper AS. Others also commented that so far there's no sign of Mastantuono who came to cook. Lamine. This clearly shows how frustrated Real Madrid fans are with the team. Meanwhile, Neymar outplayed Real Madrid without even breaking a sweat after Barca won the Super Cup final. Still no sign of Franco Mastantuono, arriving at Real Madrid as a highly touted 18-year-old prospect with a transfer fee of around €72 million. He was quickly integrated into Xabi Alonso's squad, and he even started matches. Despite some minutes on the field, his numbers have never met expectations. He scored only one goal in his first 10 games, including the September Clásico, where he was singled out as one of the culprits in the 5-2 defeat. A groin injury further delayed his adaptation, and even after recovering and playing in the Copa del Rey, Mastantuono still shows no signs of stardom. Against Albacete, despite scoring, he frustrated teammates and fans with predictable plays, sideways passes, and hesitation to take on defenders. Wasted crosses and turnovers make it clear that the player, so praised at River Plate and compared to the new Di Stefano, is still far from living up to the hype. Meanwhile, Lamine Yamal already looks far superior, making an immediate impact on the field with creativity, courage, and decisive decisions, showing that the future of Spanish football already has a name far ahead of Mastantuono's. That's why Rio Ferdinand pays tribute to Lamine in front of Deco. Good thing I'm retired.
How are you?
Hey, congratulations.
Thank you.
Well done, good.
Thank
Hey, you are a superstar, my friend. Hey, serious.
Thank you.
You winning the
I'm
game?
big fan.
No.
I'm big fan. Really. Thank
You grow so much.
Thank
well,
you.
well done.
Thank you.
Top man. I'll see you
Thank
again,
you.
yeah? Hey, your English is good, by the way.
You need to go to Barcelona.
No, I'll come. I'll speak to you and I'll let you know.
Yeah.
Okay? So, well done. Was it a red?
I don't think so. Because I slipped and then I even touched the ball first. I don't think it's a red. I think the one from Asensio on Pedri.
Yeah,
Because it's from behind.
When I saw the replay, I agree.
Yeah.
True.
I haven't seen mine, but.
Oh, you have the trophy, it doesn't matter now.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Well done, enjoy. I love the style of football you play. He didn't do big save, he make it look. This is Edwin van der Sar the same.
Yeah, the same.
Not the big like this, just perfect. Hey, Lamine. I'm happy I'm retired.
Just look at how the Real Madrid players celebrated after the first El Clasico. It's as if they've won it all. After which, things have gone sideways. Look. Now where are they? Second on the league table, kicked out of Copa del Rey. We've won the Super Copa out of their hands. Now life is good. Life's good.